Episode 1: Why Forgetting is Natural and How to Remember. Hello and welcome. My name is Emily, and I'm so very glad you're here with me today for our first episode together. Before we begin, I want you to take a comfortable breath. There's no rush, we have plenty of time together. Now, many people have told me over the years, Emily, I'm too old to remember new words. I learned them today, and by tomorrow morning, they're simply gone. Others have said, my memory isn't what it used to be. Maybe English just isn't for me anymore. If you've ever felt this way, I want you to know something important. You are not a bad learner. Your mind is not broken, and it is certainly never too late. Forgetting is not a failure. It's actually a normal, healthy part of how the human brain works at any age. And today, I'm going to show you why your brain does this, and more importantly, how we can work with your brain instead of against it. By the end of our time together, you'll understand a simple, gentle method that takes only a few minutes each day. No pressure, no stress, just small, steady steps forward. Does that sound good? Then let's begin. First, let me share something that might surprise you. Your brain is actually very, very wise. You see, your brain doesn't forget things to frustrate you. It forgets to protect you. It wants to save its energy for what is truly important, for the faces of your grandchildren, for finding your way home, for remembering to take your medicine. When you see a new English word for the first time, your brain asks a simple question. Is this useful to my person? Will they need this tomorrow? If it doesn't see that word again soon, your brain makes a practical decision. It says, well, they haven't used it. They haven't thought about it. Perhaps it's not important after all. And so, gently, it lets the word go to make room for other things. This isn't about age. Young people forget just as quickly as we do, sometimes even faster. There was a scientist, a gentleman named Hermann Ebbinghaus, who studied memory over 100 years ago. He discovered that everyone, young and old, forgets about 70% of new information within just one day if they don't review it. 70%, nearly everything. So you see, when you forget a word, it's not because you're too old or because something is wrong. It's because your brain is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. The good news? We don't need to work harder to remember. We just need to work smarter. We need to show our brain that these words are important by meeting them again and again, gently, over time. And that's much easier than it sounds. Now, let me share with you the secret to making words stick. It's really quite simple. Think of a word like a guest in your home. If a guest sits alone in a corner, quiet and separate, you might forget they are there. But if they join the conversation, if they help you in the kitchen, if they share a cup of tea with you, well, then you remember them, don't you? Words are the same way. When you learn a word all by itself, it has no place to live. The word morning, just floating there alone, is hard to remember. It has no meaning, no feeling, no connection to your life. But when we give that word a home, when we place it in a sentence that means something to you, everything changes. Let me show you what I mean. Instead of learning morning alone, think of your morning coffee. Can you picture it? The warmth of the cup in your hands, the smell, or perhaps think of your morning walk. Do you take a walk in the morning? Can you feel the fresh air? You see, when a word has a home in a sentence, especially a sentence from your life, your brain understands it better. It thinks, oh, this is connected to something I care about. This is worth keeping. Let me give you a few more examples. Instead of learning tired by itself, think, I feel tired after gardening. Instead of delicious, think, the soup was delicious. Instead of remember, think, I remember my wedding day. Do you see? Each word now has a story. It has a place, and that makes all the difference. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but Emily, what if I don't know enough words yet to make a sentence? That's perfectly fine. Start very simple. Even the smallest sentence works. I like coffee. The cat is soft. My garden is beautiful. These are complete sentences, and they give your words a home. Now comes the most important part, and I need you to be a little bit brave with me, just a little. English is not just something we think about in our heads. It's a physical skill, like gardening, like knitting, like riding a bicycle. We need to practice with our mouths, our tongues, our voices. When you speak out loud, something wonderful happens. Your ears hear your own voice, and your brain pays much closer attention. It thinks, my person is actually using this word. This must be important. I know it might feel strange at first, especially if you're alone. You might think, who am I talking to? But I promise you, this is one of the most powerful things you can do. Let's try something together right now. Don't worry, I'll go slowly and we'll do it together. I'm going to say a sentence, and then I'd like you to say it with me, out loud if you can, even if it's quiet, even if it's just a whisper. Ready? I enjoy my coffee in the morning. Did you say it? Let's try once more, a little bit stronger. I enjoy my coffee in the morning. Wonderful. How did that feel? You just did something very important. You didn't just read those words, you spoke them. Your brain is already starting to remember them differently. Let's try one more. This time, I want you to think of something you enjoy. It doesn't have to be coffee. Maybe it's tea. Maybe it's a morning walk, or reading the newspaper, or talking to a friend. Choose your word and say this sentence. I enjoy my wine sar in the morning. Beautiful. You see? You're already learning English in a way that's connected to your real life. Now, let me share with you how to practice at home in a way that's easy and not at all overwhelming. You don't need to study for hours. In fact, I don't want you to study for hours. That's too tiring, and it doesn't work as well as you might think. Instead, I'd like you to try what I call the gentle method. Here's how it works. In the morning, perhaps when you have your coffee or your breakfast, I'd like you to spend just 5 minutes with your English. Just 5. You can set a timer if you like. During those 5 minutes, choose 3 or 4 sentences that matter to you. Say them out loud, slowly. Listen to your own voice. Think about what the words mean. Then go about your day. Do your gardening, visit with friends, watch your programs, whatever you enjoy. In the evening, perhaps before bed or after dinner, spend another 5 minutes. Say those same sentences again. You might be surprised. They'll come more easily the second time. That's it. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, 10 minutes total for the whole day. But Emily, you might ask, is that really enough? Yes, it truly is. And here's why. When you review something several times over several days, instead of trying to learn everything at once, your brain begins to understand, oh, my person keeps coming back to this. This really is important. I should keep this in long-term memory. Scientists call this spaced repetition, but you can just think of it as being patient and steady. Learning English is like building a fire. If you throw one big log on and walk away, the fire goes out. But if you start with small sticks and keep adding to it every few minutes, you will eventually have a fire that stays warm all night long. Small efforts, repeated over time, create something strong and lasting. Before we finish today, I want to speak to something that many students have shared with me over the years. Sometimes we feel discouraged because we think we should be learning faster. We see young people picking up languages quickly and we wonder, why is it taking me longer? Let me tell you something important. Speed is not the goal. Understanding is the goal. Confidence is the goal. Being able to communicate, even in small ways, is the goal. And you know what? You have something that younger learners often don't have. You have patience. You have life experience. You understand that good things take time, like a garden growing or a friendship deepening. Your English is building slowly, quietly, and strongly, just like that fire we talked about. Some days you'll remember more. Some days you'll forget. Both are completely normal. The important thing is that you keep showing up. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. That's all I ask. And if you miss a day, that's fine too. Be kind to yourself. Simply begin again the next day. You're not in a race, you're on a journey, and I'm honored to walk beside you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope you're feeling a little bit more hopeful, a little bit more confident. Before you go, let me remind you of what we learned. First, forgetting is normal. Your brain is wise, not broken. Second, give words a home in sentences from your real life. Third, speak out loud. Your voice helps your brain remember. Fourth, practice gently. 5 minutes morning and evening. That's all you need to begin. In our next episode, we'll practice together with some common, useful sentences. I'll speak slowly and we'll repeat them together. You'll leave feeling even more confident. If you found this helpful, I'd be grateful if you'd click the like button below. It helps other learners find these videos. And if you have questions or want to share your progress, please leave a comment. I read every single one. Until we meet again, be patient with yourself. You're doing better than you think. Take care, and I'll see you soon.